back to another episode of The Last Doorway Show, and I'm sitting here with the wonderful Weird Al Yankovic. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Great. I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film? Oh, I think it was Mamma Mia with Meryl Streep.
Oh, God, I'm right there with you. The music just sticks in your head,
Oh,
too.
man. I still can't, take a shower by myself.
What type of a victim in a horror film would you like to be? Would you like to be the killer or the victim? Do you want to do the shower scene?
Like in a movie, not in real life, I guess. 'Cause
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know. I'd probably in a movie, probably the victim, because I've got a really good girly scream.
That's awesome. I have to cast
that's
you
very
now.
cinematic. Okay.
So I wanted to ask you, do you watch a lot of horror films? Is horror like a genre you're into? Is it mostly comedy?
I guess I'm not really big into horror movies. I was, when I was a kid, but not so much. I'm more of a comedy person now. But I still appreciate. I was in Halloween 2 just recently, the Rob Zombie movie. So that was kind of fun to go back to my horror roots that way. Mm-hmm. But I probably my favorite ones are, I don't know, the Brian De Palma's Carrie. That was kind of shocked me out of my seat when I first saw that in the theaters way back when. Trying to think of some other The Shining is one of my favorite horror movies. So those kind of. I'm not so much into the slasher ones.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Old school original kind of horror feel to it. I want to talk a little bit about your music.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of music. How do you get your inspirations to rewrite the songs?
The creative process is pretty hard for me to describe it. Usually I just let the voices in my head kind of force me to write against my will. It's nothing I have control over. I've taken medication for it, it just doesn't work.
I must say one of my favorites is your Smells Like Teen Spirit rendition, the Nirvana song.
Oh, Smells Like Nirvana, yes.
Yes, I love that one.
Thank you.
So were you just listening to that song, you're like, I can't understand what he's talking about? It kind of just came to you a little bit like that?
Yeah, that kind of came from that experience. Like I'm listening to a mulatto, an albino, my mosquito. With what, Kurt? Wait, come again? I thought, well, I think probably I'm not the only person having that experience. So I wrote the song.
What have you been up to lately?
Well, I just had some coffee in the lobby, and took a shower recently.
Cool.
I shaved. Did you notice?
Yes, I did, actually.
Thank you.
What's great?
I'm here in San Francisco presently at Sketchfest. We did a few events here, and when I get back to LA, I'm going back in the studio. I'm working on a few new songs, which will be on the next album.
Nice.
And then I'm doing a project which unfortunately I'm not allowed to talk about quite yet. But it's gonna be it's gonna be a busy year. I'll be touring this summer, so look for me at a bar mitzvah or supermarket opening near you.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you so much for the interview.
My pleasure. Keep in touch.
Yes, I will.